This conference will now be recorded.
I forgot she was All right, I'll call the meeting to order. Sounds like there's one amendment to the agenda, is that right? Correct. And that's for, could you just explain it? Do you need that?
It's for 453 Overlook Circle, whether it's one parcel or two on that lot. It's been a question that came in this week. We'll speak about it when we get there.
So put that under 5C.
Okay.
Is there a motion to adopt the agenda as amended?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, carries 4-0-0. Public hearing on 368 North Main Street. Kirk, do you have any background on that?
Yeah, Kevin Nelson was adding an easement to the property he's working on to give his neighbor access to that road in front. It's my knowledge of it.
So there is an existing easement, or he's asking for it?
Asking for one.
Well, let's see here.
And I have, if you want them, printouts of the Nelson.
Yeah.
You got it all?
I got a picture of it.
So it's not just an easement, right? It's, he wants to split the lot, right?
Right. And what he's calling an easement is minor subdivision split, excuse me.
Yeah, and has he gotten a survey yet?
Yep.
The aerial photography, it looked like there was a shed or two on the area. Is that correct?
I believe so.
Okay, well, I'll open the public hearing on the minor subdivision request. So Kurt explained it's basically to allow neighbor access to,
Yeah, it's minor subdivision split to allow neighbor to access his backyard.
so is that for Marie Meyer?
That would be
The person sharing the backyard with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Off of Pearl Street.
Pardon me? Okay, well, this,
Could you, maybe it's not updated on the county website either.
pardon me?
Maybe this might not be updated on the county
Oh,
website.
is it to benefit the piece back here?
Correct.
Okay. So no longer owned by Marie Meyer. So, I don't know why wasn't it just an easement that was requested? Why are we splitting off the lot?
I'm not sure. We talked about it last time. You can see the survey there.
Is anyone here for this item?
I'm definitely,
Okay.
Okay. You own the lot then to the west?
actually, I'm north of him.
North. Oh, so it's to benefit your lot to the north.
Right.
Okay.
I see that parcel. Oh, go ahead.
No, you,
Okay. So you used to own the Brenda King parcel?
Yeah, actually, that's fine.
Okay, okay. And the purpose is for what? Just
They have access to my backyard.
to your backyard, so you don't have enough room on the south side of, is that I can't tell by this printout. whether it's attached or detached garage, you just don't have enough room to get around with a vehicle, or what is it for?
Right, well, there's only, I own it to the bottom of the hill, and there's no access at all. The other side's blocked off by a retaining wall.
Okay. And then Tom here said, looks like there's a small shed or
Yeah,
something.
actually, the shed will be included in the purchase.
Okay, okay. And I think, let's see, 72, 120, 72, 120. Yep, you're in the same. Not really, it's something, it's auditor subdivision. You're in the same auditor subdivision, so we could, we'd probably just combine this parcel A then with your piece for one big tax parcel, right? Rather than having a separate tax parcel for this 21-foot strip, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else have any comments in the public hearing on this request? Not, I'll close the public hearing. Commissioner have any questions or comments?
Are the lots still big enough for square footage versus, or for ordinances?
Actually, more than enough.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I think it's
Or
60.
he's asking about the residue lot, yeah, so that's 87 feet. I think that's more than adequate for the,
Yeah.
and I don't think we're gonna create a setback problem with the detached garage. No, that's the house, isn't it?
Yeah.
So do
Building in between is the shed.
we know how many feet from the north side of the house till the south line of parcel A? Surveyor doesn't indicate.
No.
I don't know.
I mean, I would think so. But
I guess we could recommend, possibly recommend approval to council contingent on
setback.
verifying that setback to the side yard to the north. And then also requiring that parcel A be combined with the parcel to the north. So it's all one tax parcel. Does that make sense, maybe?
I move we recommend to council that this, as you stated, be adopted.
Approval of the minor subdivision with those stipulations, okay? Got a motion?
Second.
Further discussion? Not all in favor?
All right.
Aye. Opposed? Abstained? Carries 4-0. Thank you for coming. Next, we've got a public hearing number 3B, proposed amendment to Highlands PUD. Imagine that's what most of the folks here are for. Did we ever get the list of names up here?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right, so a little introduction. Let's see. Where's the explanation? Well, I'll read it right here. Kind of started with Don Hintz, looking at a 4-season porch. When we looked at the request, it looked like other properties that had joined the golf course were within the 35-foot yard setback. So the proposal is to update the PUD or planned unit development to allow a 30-foot rear yard setback, and that's what the notice that was sent out was all about. So I can open the public hearing and let anybody ask questions or make comments. So go ahead if anybody has question or comment?
What exactly is it? I don't understand. What, are they gonna take 5 feet from us? Or are they
No.
gonna add 5 feet? What?
It allows you to, allows a person who, on those selected lots that border the golf course, they can build back to within 30 feet of the rear yard lot line rather than 35 foot. So it gives 5 extra feet to build in the backyard.
So the lot lines will stay where they are now.
Lot-
Yeah.
We're not changing lot lines, it's just setbacks, yeah. And it looked like, Don wanted this done, and when City Hall checked some of the other properties, it looked like there's a few others that might be encroaching within that 35-foot setback. So in order to bring those properties in conformity, so it doesn't create any problems down the road, if you got a real nitpicky mortgage company, for instance, that really does their homework and they take measurements and they see that now you've got a house with a non-conforming lot, because you're encroaching in the setback. We didn't want that to happen, so the proposal is to just uniformly on all lots that border on the golf course, reduce the setback from 35 to 30 feet. I know Don had asked a few of his neighbors and they didn't have a problem, but we thought, well, rather than just limit it to Don, let's do it across the board for all lots, so there's equal treatment.
All lots that border the golf course.
Just bordering the golf course, we're keeping 35 feet for other lots, mainly because if you've got the adjoining lot on the rear is another house, we want to have a little bit more green space versus if your lot adjoins the golf course, we don't have to worry about a neighbor in their backyard on their back deck looking at you.
As I understand it, the original PUD was set up with a 35 setback for all the lots. And there was some confusion in what it was meant to be.
Yeah, I'm not certain, but possibly, maybe some people were told it was 30, so we're just trying to eliminate the confusion. Also, I think Brian Grudem, the city administrator, talked to Bigelow, the original developer, and Tony Bigelow thought this made sense as well, even though most of those lots have been sold by now. Anyway, it's a public hearing, so if anybody has questions, comments, objections, we're all here to listen.
I think the big thing with us was we just wanted to make sure that we weren't losing property. That we were.
If we tried to pull that, then, City Hall could get sued for unlawful taking, so that ain't gonna happen. I guess, even if you've got an existing structure there that's within the 35-foot setback, allow some flexibility to add on, I guess, if you want to look at it that way.
So that's just for the main house,
Just
not
the
sheds or any.
yeah, I think out there, aren't there covenants, subdivision covenants that allow only like a small utility shed anyway?
Mhm.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's for the main structure, yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, wow, I was just gonna say, I was.
Could you identify yourself?
Luke Hatley.
Okay.
I was under the same impression, I was just I thought there was some eminent domain thing going on here. But it sounds like we can just build something back 5 feet more, closer to the prep golf course.
Yeah.
And to me, it's probably not time to go yet, but that sounds good to me. I don't know, that sounds great.
Did the golf course have any position on that? Did City Hall ever hear from anybody from the golf course? No? Okay.
Once that PUD is recorded, can we change it?
It's just like amending the zoning ordinance. We'll call a public hearing. We'll make a recommendation to council and they'll just change the PUD.
Okay.
PUD means planned unit development. So you got out there, I think it's all R1 residential, but then sometimes with subdivisions, the developer and the city will propose a PUD or a planned unit development that kind of you can make some adjustments, like for instance, the Bigelow subdivision out on Jefferson Drive behind the trailer park there, trailer home or mobile home park, that is higher density. Homes are more closer to each other. So I know that's a PUD out there that also reduced setbacks to allow, lesser front yard, rear yard, side yard setbacks to allow more of a higher density. So PUD is kind of a common tool used in some subdivisions anyway. But if there aren't any other questions, I can close the public hearing. And what does the commission want to do? A recommendation of council one way or the other?
Yeah, if we can do it. Yeah.
Right.
Concerned if they could be changed after they had been enforced for a while, but.
It's like amending the zoning ordinance. So it can be done. Is that a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Okay. Discussion? All in favor?
This be applicable to those lots that Buck, of course, we had identified those lots.
Those very specifically identified, yeah. More discussion? Not all in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Abstained? Carries 4-0-0. So then it'll go to council next meeting. Thanks, everybody, for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you, folks.
It's almost like they use a word other than, come up with a word other than the word setback.
Okay,
It's like
I mean,
people
I've
don't
never
understand what it's.
Yeah. 4, no old business. 5A, Billman preliminary plat application. What do you have on that, Kurt?
Mr. Billman brought in, as you can see in your packet there, he has a chunk of land on the southwest side of town, and he wants to go from 1 to, let's see. He's got his parcel where he lives now. He wants to create parcel A off to the west there, and then parcel C would remain farmland, which would make 3 parcels on that chunk of land. He's paid for his preliminary plat, and that's what he's interested in doing.
The question, that exception in the southwest corner of the parcel, what is that?
It's a cell phone tower, I think. So that's not his.
Right, but you know what?
Yeah.
So the only reason we're requiring platting rather than minor subdivision is our ordinance says you can't do more than 1 minor subdivision or split off a larger tax parcel if it's within 5 years. So platting is the only way. And the only concern when you do something like this is down the road, if the property out there ever gets, a developer wants to propose lots, they're going to have to plat, for instance, parcel C, and then, now we got a 2.4 acre lot at parcel A and 1.4 acre lot parcel B. How's that going to fit into the equation when you're going to have 80 by 120 foot lots or something like that?
Yeah.
We ran into that like when we allowed Page Welding to do a minor subdivision out on the other side of the highway, and then eventually Jacobson Park was done, and now you got this big lot that maybe doesn't fit in the rest of the plan, but you can't control the future like that.
Well, at least the 2 lots are abut the road there.
Right.
And it looks like they're leaving the street wide enough that it could be a major street if it came to that. If I read it right, 66.
Yeah, so what is that between parcel A and B? I forgot what that represents.
Across the street. Oh,
Yeah.
Driveway easements.
I believe it's gonna be a road.
But is it platted as a road, a dedicated road, or going to be?
I don't think it makes their way.
Is this up beyond Grover's? Is that where this is, or where?
Yeah, this is
Go around the curve and west?
the second to last lot is city land.
You turn by Jackson's, see the part out there, it's a gravel road west. It's along that road.
Past the solar field even?
Yeah.
After the solar panels. And that's still city out there.
So there's a house on which?
I believe it's on B.
B and A's.
Oh, the old farm site.
Not the Mona. Is it Mona or what was that? house?
There is a solar panel. Is this his house here?
This is, keep one further out.
This way?
No,
No.
slide it over. Yeah, okay, that's right. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, they're just.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm trying to-
This is the exception lot right here.
Right there?
That piece right there. That's the
Oh,
exception.
yeah, it's just so far, so,
So
yeah.
that's where you're at.
The cell tower that accepts a piece in the southwest.
See it on this picture.
Yeah.
So it
And
looks
then,
like they're just showing a driveway easement. It's not necessarily a platted street. So if the day ever comes, how many years or decades down the road, then that'll have to be retooled a little bit, I suppose, as far as access.
but is this
to
section
lots.
here still part of that?
This is parcel B where this house
Yeah.
is.
No, that's parcel A,
B.
ain't it?
No, that's parcel B. It's a triangular shape. And that area between there and the tower is going to be your parcel A.
Oh, so that's,
The existing building site is B. You see how it's a triangular shape? with that
okay,
road around it?
okay, I see what you're saying now. So here's that triangle
Sure, we can't put that up on the screen.
I know.
Is that, wouldn't that be nice when it's up there?
So this must be somebody different. Or did you own that too?
That might be, is that over here?
I think that's the solar farm over there.
Just to the
East.
on that line.
Yeah.
So those buildings on those two sheds are those on the north side of parcel A, probably.
Oh, so you turn at Jackson's there.
Right. And go out that road. The gravel.
But is that in the city?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's what I
that,
was thinking too.
that was annexed
Yeah,
and then.
it's part of the Almona farm.
Before I
Yeah.
started.
Wasn't that was proposed to be all residential way back and then it kind of fell flat, but yeah.
Be interesting to see where city water and city sewer is.
Is that out there? City water and city sewer?
I don't know.
I don't think, I don't.
I mean,
know.
I
It's not.
assume probably the Grovers it is. So you'd have to go under, is it 11, 10, or what, 11
Yeah,
to get it over
I don't
there.
even know if that's in the, been all planned out yet, but that would take a lot of engineering, but.
I'm guessing that when they got a water easement on here, they're probably just doing a shared well between the two.
Because isn't this parcel, that's across the road from Jackson, isn't that for listed right now?
Yeah.
Is it here or is it
That's
here?
Tim Max. Yeah,
Is it Tim Max has got listed?
I can tell you a story on that later.
I'm sorry.
Kim wants the meeting to move along.
I have company all week.
Yeah, I mean, bottom line is, this would be minor subdivisions and we wouldn't care about water, sewer or anything. That's a long way down the road. I don't think, it's just because he wants to create two parcels now that we have to plat.
And it's right along the roads. You're not interfering with a potential development. I mean, it's not like it's in the middle of a 160-acre field. So, yeah, I think it's fine.
So he wants to build a house there? Is that the game plan, what he wants to
Yeah,
do?
there was some.
Hasn't really stated.
tax motivated
Yeah,
reason.
well, you can see on the, when it says it's creating the tax. Yeah. Adds valuable land for housing and increased property tax revenue for the city.
Everybody makes that argument, but I don't know what the real reason
I think
is.
it'd be much.
Like in the future.
I think it's a building site that nobody's using. He figures he can get two out of it and sell two lots instead of one.
That might be.
But is that whole parcel? in the city limits? That whole 30,
Yeah.
40 acres or whatever?
Yeah.
And the one west of it is
Does
too.
it start with a 72?
Yeah.
On the map? Yeah.
That one, and like I said, there's the lot west of him is city as well.
Yeah.
It's the last one right now.
So I think what we have to do is to schedule a public hearing for the next P and Z meeting, right?
Yep.
Like 5:35 at, what would be the next meeting?
October, I think 17th.
17.
Yeah, it could be
Second Tuesday.
the 11th,
11.
The 11th,
yeah. The 17th is a Monday.
all right.
And we're not conflicting with any holidays or elections or?
No.
All right,
Okay.
so we almost made that motion.
We have a scheduled public hearing for the 11th, the next meeting, the 11th at 5:35.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, opposed, abstained, carries 4-0-0. I'm sorry, Kurt, you already added 5B,
10th is Columbus,
so forget about
Monday's Columbus.
C.
Okay, good. Because I didn't know what B was. I threw it on today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the one we're
yeah.
talking about.
Okay.
So
We never approved
Just
the,
to-
never approved the minutes.
let's do that.
I move we approve the minutes from the last meeting as published.
Discussion, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, abstained, carries. You said aye, right, Todd?
All right.
4-0-0.
Maybe you should
All
pretty
right.
quiet.
Yeah, that wasn't on the agenda.
Yeah, sorry. I had it.
Well, do we want to do some housekeeping and amend the agenda to add approval of the last month's minutes and then strike my addition of 5C because it was already there under 5B?
That would be Tom and Todd, first and second, if we want to use this.
Sure. Second.
Make them
First.
approve the minutes.
They want to
Whatever you said, go ahead.
adopted the agenda, so if they want to just amend it.
Okay. Aye. Carries. 4-0.
Sorry, just being easy.
All right,
I don't know, looking at his minutes.
5B then, 453 Overlook.
Yeah, I just got this today. It was put in the mailbox on Friday, but I just got it today. And the family has, we need copies of it? Just say, okay.
All right, can I get one?
It's a lot located at, what is it again? 453 Overlook Circle, and you can see the picture of their lot. So this family would like to divide the lot and sell the western part of their lot. And they called the county, and the county said, yes, that's fine. And they just came to me to make sure it was okay. Now, when I pull it up on GIS, it's listed as this one singular lot. And so my reaction was, you have to get a minor subdivision to divide that lot into two. And they were very adamant, which, judging from this information, because they talked to the county, that the lot was already two. And the county had told them that, no, they don't need a minor subdivision or anything because it's already listed two here. And I would say adamant about, well, ma'am, I only have it as one on my GIS. What I would like to do tomorrow is I'm going to call Alan and just verify what's going on because they're going to.
Alan, sorry.
He's the GIS guy for
Yeah.
Goodhue County. Yeah. And just verify what's going on here and then either break them the good news or bad news. They also submitted their property tax statement because they're interested in making that second lot buildable for somebody else selling it, somebody building on it, and then eventually they're going to move at some point.
I think they
Do
have,
they have two separate property tax statements?
no.
They don't.
let's
I
say.
think they have to do the minor subdivision. I don't know
Yeah.
who at the county they talk to because it doesn't matter. One extreme example, City of Wanamingo, is it Beverly Hills subdivision? Anyway, there's an old subdivision over there. Each lot is like 20 feet wide. Totally non-buildable. But there's lots of properties over there that say like, I own lots 1 through 8, block 1, Beverly Hills subdivision. And it's all one big tax parcel, which is, what counts as tax parcel, not lots in the subdivision.
Okay.
So the fact that they combine these two lots into one tax parcel, I think we have to, now they'll probably be able to get away with not having a survey done if they want to split off lot 7 from lot 8 or whatever those lots are
Right,
called.
that's what they're called.
So that'll save them money, but I think we have to go through the minor subdivision process to create a separate tax
County
parcel.
website shows you one, but that's not always 100% right either.
Do you have any idea who
Well,
they may have?
the tax statement though says it's lot 7 and 8, right? Or
Yeah, so you can see
whatever.
the tax statements on,
One parcel, two lots, so I talked to Alan because I think they were given some wrong information there.
would you guys know who they may have spoken to at Goodhue County that would give them that information? So I could,
If they called the recorder, then the recorder would say, yeah, there's two lots,
Right.
Because it says it in
subdivision
their
lots.
description.
Huh?
Because it says it in their
Yeah,
description.
right.
So they're right.
They are right.
and when you go to the plat info on GIS, this map pops up.
Yeah.
But when you go back to our current GIS, it's deceiving because there's this line, I'm not sure what this line is, that goes all the way down through the city of Zumbrota. And it goes right through their land, but they only have one PID number.
I think that's the section line.
Is that what it is? Okay. Yeah.
So probably the guy I'd call, either Alan, I'd call Don Mitchell, because here's what would happen. Let's say they sign a deed on just lot 7. Am I getting those lots right?
Yeah, 7 and 8.
Okay. They signed a deed to just lot 7. I tried to record it. The watchdog over there is Don Mitchell, and he'd probably reject it because it's a split and it needs the stamp of approval from the city.
Okay.
So I'd call Alan and Don Mitchell in the recorder's office and say, hey, Don, if these people just want to record a deed on lot 7 only, would you record it? And my guess is he'd say, well, I need the subdivision approval stamp from City Hall first.
So this family is very adamant about getting this looked at today. And I'll speak to them tomorrow after I talk to these gentlemen.
Yeah.
About.
Section line.
And if they don't like to hear it from City Hall, say, after you talk to Don Mitchell, if he says that's the way it is, tell them to call
Yeah.
Don Mitchell.
Okay, and I'm gonna tell Don that apparently Goodhue County gave him that information, because that's not coming from me.
Well, how about, if we have to do a minor subdivision, should we schedule a public hearing now so that we can get
Sure.
it moving? And then we can take it off.
Now, does it matter if they've paid for a minor subdivision or not, if we schedule a public hearing?
Well, if they're itching to get going on it, I guess we could
Because we can go right ahead, they got the information here.
at least get the public hearing on the agenda and then withdraw it if we find out different information. But yeah, you'll have to get the fee, otherwise we'll have to cancel it or postpone it.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I think that's a good idea to get it.
It probably happened, as we've seen elsewhere, that somebody bought 2 lots and decided they were just going to keep them together, and somehow it got to be one parcel with counties.
Yeah.
Let's see, what was I going to say?
I say I would move that we schedule a public hearing for 5:40 next meeting.
Second.
Discussion. One question was, I'm assuming, that when I looked at the subdivision, assuming no problem fitting a house on lot 7, I mean, it wouldn't have been platted that
Yeah.
way otherwise.
It looks tight.
Oh,
It does look
I don't
tight.
think so. It
It might
is.
have to be a smaller. Okay. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, Okay. Carries 400, so public hearing 5:40. Possibly. Need to take more notes, so you're good.
I'm good. Go
All
ahead.
right, 6A, Christ Lutheran Church.
It's just to update you, everybody, that plans have been submitted for Christ Lutheran Church, and it's currently in the stage of, see if everything works out fine. Work out fine, but we had a meeting today with engineers and excavators, and it's a pretty exciting thing going on out there.
They're still looking at possibly some street improvements
Yeah.
out there and
I think they're
extending.
gonna pave, is it 460th Street?
Yeah. That'll
To
finally
the,
happen.
to the point of the school is a possibility. But yeah, they're gonna have that circular school and then a soccer field next to it and then a baseball field out there.
Wow.
And if you go out there and look, that's a lot of dirt. That's a, jeez Louise. But that's,
Do you think they'll eventually get the extension of 9th Street paved? Is that part of the plan?
I think it'll be, from what I understand, it'll be a good possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah. With all the rework of the ditches they're doing and, yeah, so it's moving forward because that's moving the city out a little bit.
But
south.
we're good, you would say Luke's up there.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a private school at Goodhue?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Well, it's not a school, it's a church. The subdivision out the west side of town, they're moving dirt for the new church.
Okay, that is for 6A.
That's it.
And then 6B, we have a resignation, so what if we don't accept it?
I don't know.
Should we, I guess we could officially accept Jen's resignation and thank her for her service, and then would council also, have we been doing that, does council kind of accept that at the next meeting, and then
I
we
think they just get informed about it.
Yep.
don't they? And then we advertise on
advertise?
social media.
For a possible replacement.
All right, well, anybody, I could make that motion to accept Jen's resignation. Will anybody be able to give her thanks?
I will give her thanks.
We got a motion second. Discussion, no, in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, okay, carries 400. John, what do you got?
I'd like to take a run at that garage of mine again. So,
Okay.
what do you need to know, or what do you want me to tell you, or, all the research I've done?
Probably have to deal with City Hall, Kurt and Brian on that if you got a different design or something.
Yeah, that's one of the things too, I originally, Dylan told me I'm limited to 1,000 square feet. Well, I looked, no, R2 is the footprint of the house. So now I'm at 1524, which I was under, even though I had supposedly too many buildings on the property. I was at, 1,040 or whatever it was.
Okay.
So I never was over on square feet, just the number of buildings, which I didn't know was
Yep.
so illegal that I
Yep.
was a criminal.
And I think on the height, a couple council members were kind of amenable to extending that a little bit.
Well, yeah, that's, height's gonna be 21.5 feet. I don't see anything that is, it doesn't say you can limit the height, that's the way it works out under the rules of, practical difficulties, just reasonable, that's what I wanna build, and I got plenty of room, I don't have to worry about these 5-foot setbacks. I'm 120 feet from the nearest neighbor with it.
You'll probably have to work with maybe Brian and Kurt and then see where it ends up.
So.
Okay.
So we're gonna get a hold of Brian, just call him tomorrow, and is he gonna be in, do you think?
I think so.
You know,
Maybe about 7:30.
Then as far as the building, there's, under building materials, it says I can use steel on the side.
Yeah,
In R2.
there's that whole issue about the pole structure though.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can get around that without amending the ordinance or not.
See, that's,
We can't ignore the ordinance, that's the problem.
What is the ordinance on pole shed? I hate to call it a
Said
pole
not
shed.
allowed,
What?
not allowed in residential.
I never saw it anywhere,
Structures. Yeah, it's in there.
you know?
Yep.
I didn't see it in any,
You'll have to talk, you're not on the agenda, so, but
No.
you don't have to talk, work
Yeah,
through it
but
with Brian and Kurt and see if we can come up with a win-win.
yeah, cause it's kind of the same shape as my house and, it's post frame construction. I keep seeing pole shed in quotes like it's a dirty word or something in the old deals,
Yep.
And, all summer long, people have been approaching me, why won't the city let you build your shed? That would fit in so nice out there, in nicer words than what I've heard sometimes. Why doesn't the city be in this way, And,
Because that's the way our ordinance reads.
yeah,
Anyway,
so,
I'll adjourn the meeting. Thank you.
yeah.
Yep. Thanks, man.
Leave?
Just click the
Talked to
leave.
them already?
End the session.